I learned how to cornrow my own hair just a few years ago, and now I'm going to show you step by step how I do it. Let's get into the video. First and foremost, I know my cornrows aren't perfect, but at least I'm practicing, at least I'm trying, and at least I got it flat, okay? So step one is going to be to part your hair down the middle, all the way from the front to the back. I'm using my IBH precision ruler comb that has that rat-tailed tip, and I'm making sure that my part is straight. Now again, because this is just like a braid down, if you wanted to wear wigs or if you just needed your hair flat for something, it doesn't have to be perfect. And I'm also not going to be using a lot of product, but I am going to be using a little bit of Shine and Jam in between my parts. My clips are also from IBH. You know, I'm an IBH babe, okay? And I love my pink clips. So you can see my first part that's closest to my ear is going to be in a circular shape. It's going to be following the shape of my ear, so it's rounded out, and it kind of gets a little bit skinnier towards the back, and you're going to see what I mean once we start to get those cornrows in. But so far for the first one, it doesn't really matter too much. I'm going to be using my Shine and Jam, the red version, which is the Stasha Harris braiding gel. And you know I love this braiding gel. I love it down, okay? I'll use it for everything. And I'm going to start off by parting off that front section, a small piece of it. Now with this small section, I'm going to leave out some of my edges because you know I don't want to be snatching them. Now you're going to start off with 3 pieces in the front. And the gist of cornrowing is that you want to be picking up hair as you cornrow. So here you can see I'm using my middle finger to go underneath that middle piece and grab the other side of it right there, and now I'm gonna go underneath with my middle and make sure that I'm picking up hair along the way. And no worries if you didn't catch on to that, because we're gonna do quite a few more cornrows, and by the time that this video is over you will know how to cornrow your own hair. So here you can see I'm going underneath with my middle finger, and I like to use my middle finger, or this is just the hand positioning that I prefer to use for the braids that are closest to my ear. As I braid closer toward the top in the back of my head, I'm going to switch my hand positioning, and I'm going to show you guys that as well. But here I'm going underneath that middle piece, grabbing hair as I go along, rotating my fingers, and keeping the braid going. Once I get towards the bottom, this is where the braid is not attached to my scalp anymore, and I just go ahead and finish the braid off. Alright, on to the next one. So this next braid is going to follow the same circular pattern as the one underneath it. So you're going to curve it down towards the back of your head, and it's going to be in a C type of shape. And to do this, I start off by doing that first part straight and then kind of carving out my circular shape. It doesn't come out perfect the first time, and as you can see, it takes a little bit of trial and error because you have to look in the mirror behind you to see what you're doing. But I add my Shine and Jam directly onto my part to help me clean it up a little bit, and that helps separate the hair on both sides of the part to make it clean. So we're going to do the same concept. I'm pulling my baby hairs forward, and I'm going to start off by sectioning off that front piece and splitting that into 3 sections. I'm going underneath that middle strand with my middle finger, and I'm rotating the braid around, and then I'm doing the same thing with my other middle finger. So the basis of this is to use your middle finger to go underneath that middle piece. Here you can see where I'm adding in the extra hair to make it a cornrow. Now I tend to add in hair every rotation, but sometimes I kind of don't pick up as much hair every time I try to add it in. I hope that made sense. But try to pick up as much hair as you can every time you rotate and add in extra hair. So here you can see I'm just using my fingers to grab whatever hair I can and then continue to braid. Now because these are cornrows and not stitch braids, it really doesn't matter how neat the hair that you grab is. You know, with stitch braids it looks a lot more clean and sharp. Cornrows, that don't matter. That don't matter. Just grab whatever you can and continue to braid. You peep my IBH clip. Now, if you guys don't know what IBH is, this is kind of an ad, but kind of not really, because IBH Essentials is my own hair care line. We carry products and tools for braiders and DIYers and anybody who is a hair and beauty enthusiast. And to me, this brand stands for empowerment and just doing things that you did not think were possible. And for me, that's cornrows, okay? My cornrows might not be the best, might not be perfect, but I didn't even think I was going to be able to get my finger positioning down. When I tell you that my finger muscles were not connected to my brain, like, it was the hardest thing for me ever to do. But look, the proof is right here. Like, I am cornrowing real time today. So that's just what my products mean to me, and I hope to spread that inspiration to my customers and people who just support IBH and the hair and beauty community as a whole. Okay, so if you're interested in purchasing any of these products, like my precision ruler comb or my alligator clips, check out the link in my bio or check out ibhessentials.com. Now, this cornrow in specific is where we switch up the hand positioning, so keep watching. So I'm going to start off by doing the same thing that I did in the two previous cornrows, separating my baby hairs, starting off with 3 pieces and cornrowing. I like to call this an underhand position just because I think that's what it is. Here you can see I add in that piece of added hair with my other hand just because I did a few rotations and I realized that I wasn't grabbing any hair, but it's all good, just continue to braid. So here is where we're gonna switch up our hand positioning. So I'm gonna let go of my cornrow and I'm going to flip my hands directly behind my head. So my palms are going to be facing my scalp. Now I'm going to refine those 3 strands, but this time as we cornrow, my index finger is going to be the one that is going underneath that middle piece. Remember how I said my middle finger was doing it? Now we're going to use our index fingers. So to me, this hand positioning is a lot better because it gives me more range of motion, because you know I'm not no octopus or whatever, like I can't bend my arms all type of crazy. So to me, placing my hands directly behind my head and now using this to me as an overhand positioning is the best for when you get to this cornrow and the ones toward the middle. So now in this case, my index and thumb are going to be the ones that are grabbing that extra added hair as I cornrow down. So rotating, going underneath with my index finger and pinching the other side where I'm adding in that extra hair. When I get to the bottom, I'm finishing off the braid. You know, I don't have much hair, but I have a little bit extra at the bottom. So for the next cornrow, I do the same thing as well. I start off with that underhand and then halfway I flip it and do overhand. And for the ones that are closer to the middle though, I like to start off by using the overhand hand positioning, but starting off in the front like that. So again, I split my piece into 3 sections and I'm using my index finger to go underneath that piece and using my index and thumb to pinch the hair and add it in. So for me, this hand positioning is the most comfortable for the ones right next to the middle. and the middle. But if this hand positioning doesn't work for you, no worries. There's no right or wrong way to do anything in the braiding world. But if you guys have any advice, or if you have your own technique that you want me to hear, leave a comment down below. Tell me how you feel. If you dislike my cornrow technique, let me know as well. But also remember to be kind, because I did just learn this skill not too long ago, and I'm always trying to improve. And I bet you guys the next time that I do these cornrows on myself, they're gonna come out even better. Girl, here is where my arms were hurting, like the pain, but I had to shake it off. I got a whole half of a head to do. You also might notice here that this braid to the left of the one that I'm braiding is a little bit fuzzy. I did go back and redo it after noticing, but I think my problem was that I just didn't use enough product and I kind of wasn't paying that much attention. I don't know, my cat was running around on the floor and I kind of like lost my focus. So, you know, making sure that you're looking at what you're doing by using a tri-mirror, or just making sure that you're feeling around to make sure that your whole braid is tight and that you're using product is going to be your best bet. But I did go back and fix that fluffy braid. Once I get to the last braid, it's the exact same pattern on the other side where it rounds out, and then you can I stuttered. Then you guys can see in the back of my head how the cornrows taper towards the nape of my neck, and that's just like the natural shape of your head. You kind of want to make sure that you follow that. But again, like I said, I don't know how many times I have to say it. My cornrows are not perfect, and neither am I, but I'm super proud of them. And if you guys enjoyed this video and tutorial, like this video and make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next one.